The Caliphate is not a relic of the past. It's a concept that has shaped Islamic governance for centuries, compelling admiration and criticism in equal measure. Islamic believers revere the Caliphate as a divinely inspired system of governance, rooted in the Quran and Hadith, and implemented by the Prophet Muhammad's successors. It is seen as the ideal political structure that ensures justice, unity, and the implementation of Sharia. Historically, the first caliphate emerged in 632 CE, immediately following the Prophet Muhammad's death. Abu Bakr, a close companion of Muhammad, was chosen as the first caliph. His appointment marked the beginning of the Rashidun Caliphate, a period often glorified for its adherence to Islamic principles and rapid territorial expansion. Within just 30 years, under caliphs Umar, Uthman, and Ali, Islamic rule extended from the Arabian Peninsula into parts of North Africa, Persia, and the Byzantine Empire. The significance of the Caliphate is not just historical, but theological. The Quranic injunction in Surah An-Nur, verse 55, promises the establishment of Caliphate to those who believe and do righteous deeds. This divine promise reinforces the Caliphate's legitimacy among Muslims. Furthermore, Hadith literature, such as Sahih Bukhari, records the Prophet's endorsement of leadership within the Muslim community, further solidifying the Caliphate's religious foundation. However, the Caliphate's implementation has not been without controversy. Critics point to the Umayyad and Abbasid Caliphates as periods where political ambition often overshadowed religious ideals. The Umayyad Caliphate, 661-750 CE, for instance, is criticized for hereditary succession practices that deviated from the early elective principles. The Abbasid Caliphate, 750-1258 CE, despite its cultural and scientific achievements, faced internal divisions and external pressures that led to its decline. One of the strongest counter-arguments to the Caliphate's idealized image is its impact on human rights. Modern interpretations of Sharia under a caliphate are often at odds with international human rights standards. For instance, the traditional application of laws related to apostasy, blasphemy, and gender inequality raises significant ethical concerns. According to Amnesty International, corporal punishments such as flogging and amputation, prescribed under some interpretations of Sharia, violate the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Proponents argue that these issues arise from cultural misinterpretations rather than the caliphate system itself. They point to early Islamic governance that promoted welfare and justice. Historian Ira Lapidus notes that the early caliphate implemented a welfare system supported by zakat, almsgiving, which provided for the poor and needy. This welfare system is often cited to demonstrate the caliphate's potential for benevolent governance. Yet this counter-argument falters when scrutinized against historical records. The internal discord and power struggles within the early caliphates often led to civil wars and social upheaval, undermining their claim to a divinely sanctioned governance model. The first fitna, 656-661 CE, and the second fitna, 686-692 CE, were periods of intense conflict and bloodshed among Muslims, challenging the notion of a unified, just caliphate. Moreover, the claim that human rights issues stem from cultural deviations rather than the system itself is problematic. The caliphate inherently ties governance to religious interpretation, which can vary widely. This variability allows for potential human rights abuses under the guise of religious adherence. The absence of a centralized authority to standardize Sharia interpretations across diverse cultures further compounds this issue. In conclusion, while the Caliphate holds a revered place in Islamic thought, its historical implementation reveals significant contradictions. The early ideals of justice and unity often gave way to political power struggles and internal conflicts. Furthermore, the potential for human rights violations under a theocratic system that ties governance to religious interpretation cannot be ignored. Therefore, the notion that the Caliphate represents an ideal form of governance is fundamentally flawed. The historical record and ethical implications suggest otherwise, challenging believers to reassess the concept in light of modern values and human rights. Does the Caliphate truly serve justice today? 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 Today?